Coming up on DC News Now, on the run. Police led on a chase through Virginia, DC, and Maryland after a man's car was reportedly stolen while he was kidnapped inside. The man police are looking for and where he allegedly ditched the car. Teenage girl accidentally killed. The tragic story unfolding in the district involving two teenage friends. The suspect's charges and what led up to the shooting.
And it's going to be warm tomorrow, but really, really toasty towards the end of the week. Just how hot will it get? Stick around for my forecast.
Fighting Fight Night, a Hail Mary attempt to stop next weekend's UFC fight at the White House. Why one group thinks the event was illegally set up and how the Trump administration responds. Plus, taking stride for pride, from parades to police departments celebrating the path toward liberty and justice for all. How folks at home laced up for their LGBTQ neighbors. And the State Department out with new guidance for travel savings. We're finding ways to stretch your dollar if you do plan to head out of the country for a vacation.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
A police chase from the ground and search from the sky across Virginia, D.C., and Maryland. Good Sunday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. It's police in Fairfax County who say a man is on the run after he kidnapped another man and stole his car. They say this started with a 911 call for a fight inside a home in Herndon and not far from Dulles International Airport. Around 9:30 last night, Herndon police say 25-year-old Christian Vasquez Alvarenga got into a fight with a man he knew while inside of the home on Knight Lane. Then they say Alvarenga kidnapped another man that he knew, stole his car, drove off with that man still inside. That chase led through Virginia, D.C., and Maryland before police say he ditched the stolen car and the man he allegedly kidnapped on Prince George's County. Video here taken in the Glass Manor, Maryland neighborhood by a DC News Now contributor shows where that car was apparently abandoned. A helicopter swirled overhead. Police say this is the man they're looking for. He has been already charged with assault, reckless driving, driving without a license, carjacking, 2 counts of preventing a 911 call, and 2 counts of robbery. We're told he could face more charges. If you do know Alvarenga's whereabouts, you're asked to call police. Meantime, 2 people were hospitalized in D.C. yesterday. A woman was stabbed, a man was shot, both of this in Southeast. Police say they were called to 16th Street around 4:15 yesterday afternoon and found the woman who was stabbed. She was reportedly conscious and breathing. Just 40 minutes later, roughly 2 miles away, police had showed up on Mellon Street. That's where they say that man was found shot several times, also conscious and breathing. 2 people, we're told, were taken into custody for those crimes. It's unknown if the suspects knew the victims. It has been a particularly violent weekend in the nation's capital. A teenage boy was stabbed near the Washington Monument and the Ellipse near the White House yesterday morning around 1:30. 2 hours later, a passenger in a car crash was ejected and killed just 2 blocks away. Those 2 incidents happened right next to where people are expected to view the UFC fight at the White House from a separate viewing space on the Ellipse. That fight is scheduled for 1 week from now. You can see that stage continues to be set, quite a sight indeed, on the South Lawn. But right now, there's a new federal lawsuit that was filed to try and stop this fight from happening. The suit argues the Trump administration illegally approved the event, saying the National Park Service regulations prohibit sporting events on federal parklands, also saying Congress didn't approve the land to be used for a private event. That suit was filed by the Public Integrity Project on behalf of 2 Virginians. The group labels itself as a law firm suing to stop corruption in America. In a statement, the White House said this is an obstructionist, baseless, and dilatory lawsuit, adding, quote, this iconic event is no different than various other White House hosted events on the South Lawn and properly permitted events on the Ellipse and National Mall throughout the year. They did not cite which events they were specifically referring to. All right, meteorologist Scott Sumner here with the prudent information we're all going to need, and that is to keep the shorts ready, sit in front of the box fan later this week, Scott.
Yeah, but before we do, we're still wrapping up yesterday's storm stuff because There are still power outages out there. Keep it on top of that for you. About 300 in Montgomery County now and 200 in Washington County. Much better than we were just 3 hours ago. Matter of fact, Frederick County in Maryland doesn't have any power outages shown there. Right now, we're seeing 83 degrees outside, clear skies. A very nice, comfortable night out there. And those temperatures that are in the 70s and 80s now are going to slide back into the 60s and 70s overnight tonight. 68 here in D.C. 83 for tomorrow, so roughly lower to middle 80s is what we'll get to tomorrow afternoon. All right, what about the weather headlines? What can we expect moving forward in time? A sunny start to the week, a heat buildup throughout the week. And you know when that happens, yeah, we have storms returning late in the week as well. And throw in the fact that there could be triple-digit feels-like temperatures, and it makes for a sweltering end to the week. We'll talk about that and any records possibly broken coming up.
All right, Scott, thank you. In the district, we can continue to learn more about the heartbreaking apparent accidental shooting overnight that took the life of a 15-year-old girl. We brought this breaking news to you live on the air. All of this in the Highlands neighborhood in Southeast. DC News Now's Dave Laval reports the warning from the police chief.
It's just so tragic.
D.C. Interim Police Chief Jeffrey Carroll after Saturday night's accidental shooting death of a 15-year-old girl along Barnaby Street Southeast. Police found the unidentified teen just before 7 o'clock inside an apartment. Investigators said the victim's best friend, also 15, accidentally shot her while they handled an illegal unsecured handgun.
This is just such a tragic circumstance when you see, like I said, two young people whose lives have been tremendously impacted, the friends and families, the loved ones, the parents of these children.
Police said neither girl lived in the apartment rented by a man investigators described as a friend of the family of one of the girls and was not there at the time of the shooting. A report by the CDC found children between the ages of 11 to 15 in 2021 accounted for the largest percentage of accidental gun deaths around the country at 33%. Chief Carroll said there's a lesson to be learned from Saturday's shooting.
It just reinforces the need to make sure that all firearms are stored securely, they are unloaded, they are not accessible to young people or to anybody who should not have access.
Police arrested the man living at the apartment on firearms-related charges. They have not charged the girl who fired the gun as the investigation continues. In the Highlands neighborhood in Southeast, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Dave there. In Northern Virginia, crime is reportedly down in Arlington. Get this, for the first time in 7 years. Our partners at ARLnow.com report crime data shows serious offenses dropped by nearly 11% last year. The first decrease since 2018, mainly driven by less reported property crimes, which was down by nearly 15%. Reported robberies were down about 28%, and the number of car thefts were nearly cut in half. Police data shows Arlington is safer per capita than the rest of Virginia. As we mentioned, we are just 1 week away from the UFC fight on the White House South Lawn, but plenty of high-profile events will follow for America's 250th anniversary. No doubt, the 4th of July spectacular fireworks, no exception. However, they are expected to look quite different this year because of new safety measures. Our Daniel Hamburg reports how the Secret Service is handling what's now a national special security event.
Construction is well underway for the Great American State Fair and FIFA Fan Zone on the National Mall. Events part of the Freedom 250 celebrations organized by the Trump administration.
You are going to see a large amount of law enforcement over this 250th celebration. They are there to keep you safe. If you see something suspicious, say something.
Federal law enforcement and the National Guard will be very visible this summer, something not everyone welcomes.
We've already seen the devastation of these federal agents here, and the fact that they're going to increase that, they're trying to instill fear into people.
The July 4th celebration has been designated a national special security event, which puts the Secret Service in charge of planning and coordination.
This designation allows us to take a whole-of-government approach to securing the event.
The main viewing area for fireworks will be at the base of the Washington Monument.
Many of the areas previously used by those with blankets and lawn chairs will be occupied by large events.
And to get on the mall that day, you'll have to pass through security checkpoints.
I can see how that could be an inconvenience for the people who are going to be here. I personally wouldn't choose to go through that.
That's unfortunate, but, you know, I'm not surprised, also considering this administration.
Our Daniel Hamburg reporting, and police are re-emphasizing right now that D.C. is a no-fly zone. That means drone operators risk being fined or arrested. And ahead of the many 4th of July parades in June mark celebration of Pride Month. And today marked the annual Takoma Park Pride Parade and Street Fair. That is where residents of all ages got in to celebrate diversity and acceptance. Event planners are encouraged. They told us how the Pride Parade has grown, going from kids just walking on the sidewalk to a full community event.
It's great. It's gotten bigger every single year. I think it just reinforces that we need to accept and all members of our community, respect all members of our community, and celebrate them.
The event also featured ways to connect with local LGBTQ organizations, food, ice cream, free face painting, who doesn't like that, and a Pride selfie photo station. Plus, Prince George's County Police held their 4th annual Pride 5K run walk today. That's, of course, to support the local LGBTQ community in Prince George's County and a way to bring folks together.
Everyone is welcome here, everyone is safe here, and that's what this moment and this month is all about. And the only way you're going to bridge that gap and change that narrative about community policing is for the police to be part of the community. And I think this is just a great way for them to do that.
The event also featured speeches from local leaders, community members, and a variety of vendors on site, much like Takoma Park. Coming up, the days of standing in long lines to renew your passport, they're in the dust. We're helping you stretch your dollar with how you can do it minutes from home. Live look at the National Cathedral tonight. It is 9/11. Oh my goodness, a gorgeous sight indeed. If you can stick your head outside of the house, the apartment, before the sun goes completely down, it's the tail end of golden hour as we get further into the spring months. Wow, how it's going to feel like summer in just a few minutes from Scott Sumner.